Hi everybody, welcome to another video. Now what you're getting ready to watch is actually I thought we had already run this before. It's the very last part of an interview that I did almost 3 months ago with a friend of mine that owns Cheyenne Camping Center. I had received in the mail from Camping World this big certificate, this big mailer that said, "We want to buy your used RV." And a lot of friends are going, "Man, what's this? Camping World wants to buy my used RV and they're supposedly paying top dollar for it." And so I got my friend Kevin Fraser, who is super smart. There ain't nobody smarter in the RV industry than Kevin Fraser. And I wanted to find out what this whole thing meant. Now, again, this was shot almost 3 months ago, and the value of used RVs, well, you know what's happened to them. It's going down. The inventory, the number of used RVs on the market is going up. So that has changed. But listen to this interview because I think it's pretty fascinating. You're getting ready to listen to one of the smartest guys in the RV industry. Let's take a look.
I saw an ad recently, actually by Camping World. They wanted to buy my used RV. They want to buy everybody's used RV. Why the interest in used RVs from Camping World? I mean, any theories?
Well, just what they put in their most recent financial statement. They had a decline in the sale of new RVs in 2021 of almost 9% on same-store basis in the boomiest year for new RV sales in history.
Really?
Really. And so they told their investors that didn't matter, that their per-store new sales collapsed. Everybody on the industry was up 30%. Most dealers were up at least that much. They said, we made up for this lost new RV sales by increasing our used RV sales. And not only did we increase our used RV sales, but used RVs generate so much more profit than new sales that we did better for you shareholders.
For a while, that was true, right?
I don't think it ever was true, but I can't prove that.
But for a while, the value of used RVs was sky high, and dealers were able. That's why I'm saying they were profitable.
It's profitable as to how much did you pay for it and how much did you sell it for, and that's the difference. I don't know what their mechanism is. Last year, Cheyenne Camping Center took a lot fewer RVs in trade, even though we sold more new ones than ever before. Because each of my sales staff told our customers that wanted to trade, we will give you a trade value. We always do this. That's our buy bid. You could maybe get more for it, especially in a home market, like a state different than ours. You should offer it for sale. And where should you offer it for sale? I think eBay Motors is the best, but Facebook Marketplace is free. And what happened last year is people would take our trade evaluation and go home and we said, look, how soon do you want to have your new RV? Why don't you take 3 weeks, 4 weeks, and then come pick up your new RV? And in the intervening weeks, try to sell your RV for more than we're buying it for. And almost everybody did because it was such a boomy year for used ones last year. Now, when Camping World's in the marketplace saying, we want to buy your RV, they're competing with private sales. And if you're doing a private sale and you know the person lives in the house that he's representing the RV for sale from, you're pretty safe. Why would you sell it to Camping World instead of your neighbor who's giving you hard cash? Oh, often the chains aren't really buying it for money. They're saying, well, you owe more than it's worth, so why don't you put it on our lot on consignment? And if we can get more money for it than you owe, you'll come out ahead. They pad their inventory. They use it as bait to attract customers for other stuff, but they don't really care.
And it sits there.
And it sits there.
Yeah. I just see this, and maybe it's the pessimist in me, but this disaster coming financially for lenders that have lent more money than the collateral is worth, not by just a little bit, by a lot, Kevin, across thousands of RVs.
Yeah, that's a big concern for us. We use for our lending, like on the trades, we tell our clients, we can arrange for a loan here, an RV loan. If you can do better with your hometown lender, use them. So get our quote, then go look at them. That spreads out the risk. Then we favor a lending consortium for RV loans. They call them indirect because we're asking for a loan for somebody else. We favor those institutions that are conservative and haven't allowed they call it the book, their portfolio of loans to get topsy, to get risky. We've been through that before. We've watched it. Now, in the last year, 2 major lenders have abandoned the RV space. Last time that happened was 7 and 8.
Why do you think that is?
They had a manager for the RV portfolio that was excessively risk-oriented. You go back to, you know how we live in the gig economy? When we were young, you went to work for the company and you stayed there till you got the gold watch, but that isn't that way for 50 years now. In a gig economy, you take a job with somebody and you do that job so that you get a performance bonus when you're done. Now, in the banking world, what that means is you take a job managing the RV portfolio and you promise your board of directors that you're going to make a mint. And the way that you make a mint in a banking economy is you book profits that will be earned on that loan over the life of that loan in the year that you booked the loan. So there's a powerful incentive because you might not be, in fact, you're planning to be with some other bank 3 years from now, 5 years from now. You have a powerful incentive to push the envelope both on what's called maximum advance, how much over the collateral value you'll loan, and on scores and credit worthiness to get that portfolio as big as you can, because your employment agreement says if you reach certain goals within 3 years, you get this bonus, and then you take another job offer in another state.
So people care about number one. At the end of the day, it's all about number one.
The gig economy has dangers. It gives freedom, but it also most banks have already learned that lesson, and we originate loans with banks that have learned that lesson and are good banks. Most of our clients also belong to a credit union. You pretty much can't go wrong if you do business with your credit union.
As I said at the beginning of this video, I shot that interview with Kevin back in March, and the market conditions economically all over the country have gone down significantly since March. All the more reason why finding an honest, good, fair RV dealer has never been more important than it is today, right this very day. This was not an advertisement for Cheyenne Camping Center. It was not. I promise it wasn't. And if you buy an RV from them, I don't get a commission. If you buy 50 of them, I still don't get a commission. I do consulting work with them. I want you to know there are good people in this industry out there. There are. And there's some bad ones too. It's up to you to find the good ones. Kevin Fraser is a good one. He's a great one. He really is. I want to know if you've got a great RV dealer, or maybe you don't have a good RV dealer. Post down below. Let me know. Do you have a good RV dealer and why? Or do you have a bad RV dealer, a sleazy RV dealer? And why do you think he is or she is a sleazy RV dealer? Drop a comment below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home. I'll see you soon.